How's it going, guys? It's the Bixley Pumpkin, and welcome to a brand new series. It's been forever since we had a new series. I'm pretty sure the last one was, in fact, the 10 Reasons Why It Suck, like a long-running series, not just a few different one-off videos. I'm talking about a full-blown series here. And this series is called, if insert prop name here, were to return, what would I change? So I'm pretty sure the name is kind of self-explanatory, but if you don't get what that means from just the name, I'm going to break it down for you right here since this is the first video. So basically, what this series is I will be taking a prompt, and for example, I know Uncle Charlie ought to return, but I'm just going to use him as an example. So if Uncle Charlie were to return, what would I change? Maybe add a moving mouth, some more animation, stuff like that. I'll basically just breaking down what I want to see added to the prompt, if they brought it back, what I want to see changed, what I want to see improved on. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for this whole series. Now, I don't know if this series will last as long as some of the other series on my channel. I think this will be a series that will probably have a little bit of a shorter run than the Versus videos and the 10 Reasons Why It Sucks, since there are just not many props that I don't think, there's not many prompts that, I would consider to return, but hopefully this series is good enough, and I hope you guys really like this, so be sure to definitely let me know after you watch the whole video. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. But now, I think without further ado, it's finally time to jump right into the video. So in today's episode, if Wacky Mole were to return, what would I change? Let's get right into it. So, for the first thing I would change, I think it's pretty obvious, and the one that most people want, mouth animation. Now, obviously, I think this prop could benefit greatly from mouth animation. It would be more realistic, it would look better overall, and I just think it would be nice to have mouth animation, definitely getting more bang for your buck there as well. I definitely think they could work in mouth animation for Wacky Mole, and I think that's probably what most people want if he does return. So yeah, mouth animation is kind of a no-brainer, so, there's really not much else to say, it's just mouth animation, so let's move on to the next one. The one that a lot of people talk about, and I definitely agree with if he ever does come back, is for Wacky Mole to have arm animation, specifically the arm that he's holding the hammer in. Now, I would definitely love to see this. It would be such an improvement to this prop and really bring it into the modern era, and definitely something I would change personally. That's what this whole series is about, of course. But anyways, I think this would really make this prop so much more modern, add a lot to him as well, and just overall get more bang for your buck since you're getting extra animation. Now, I do think SVI would probably be able to reuse the mechanism for the Gravedigger from Home Depot Halloween 2020 here, since Wacky Mole's arm, basically, the Gravedigger's arm moves up and down with the lantern, and Wacky Mole's arm could just move up and down with the hammer. So I think that could play nice here, and it would also come out looking really good, considering how good the Gravedigger's animation was. So I definitely think this would be a very good improvement to add to him, for me personally. So, without further ado, let's move on to the next one. Now, another one I would personally love to see that, again, a lot of people have been talking about, is for him to have spinning eyes. Now, personally, I would not want digital eyes for this. I would definitely prefer to have it be a practical effect, like just add a separate motor or mechanism for the eyes to spin around. I don't think he would look very good, personally, with having, digital eyes, considering how Peekaboo Clown, when he was off, it looked like he was wearing goggles. But maybe they could work in the, digital eyes very well here. I don't know. But personally, I would choose to have a practical effect for the eyes. This will make the prop more pricey, definitely, considering there have to be 2 extra servos in there to make the eyes spin. But I definitely think if they could pull it off properly, it would add so much to this character, and definitely something I would add. So, that's really all I have to say about this one. Let's continue on. Now, this is something a little bit more personal that I would add than stuff that people have been talking about. I need to have some originality in this video here, but anyways, something that I would definitely change is changing up the colors. Now, I do love the yellow and pink aesthetic of the original Wacky Mole, but I think he could benefit better from having very bright green and a nice purple color instead. Sure, his hair is green. I would definitely keep the same green colors for his hair, but his shirt and clothes always just looked a little bit too yellow in my opinion, so I think having them be more green would be great. And instead of pink, I definitely think purple would look better. It would work better under the Blacklight, and yeah, overall, I just think he should have a little bit of switch up of colors, like this edited photo you see right here. This is a photo I just quickly whipped up to show you guys what it would possibly look like if they did change his colors to the colors I want. And I do think they look better, in my opinion. Sorry with the lips thing where his lips are changed. I would leave the lips the same color too. But just for the shirt and clothes, I would really change it. Overall, I do like the colors here a lot. I do like the original ones as well, but personally, I would want to change those colors to these colors. Another thing I would love to change is add more blacklight reactive stuff to Wacky Mole. As you can see now, obviously his eyebrows and his mouth and his clothes are all pretty blacklight reactive, but I do think they could definitely benefit more from adding a lot more blacklight reactive parts to him. For example, I would love to see his entire face just light up and glow under the blacklight. I think that would benefit him a lot, and he could look a lot better that way. And also definitely want his hair to react to it. I think it is a seriously missed opportunity how in the original prop only his eyebrows reacted to, but I definitely think with the hair reacting to as well, it'll just make this whole prop pop out and glow and just look really nice. I'd also like to see with the new colors I said would be added, I'd like to see those pop out a little bit more too. I definitely think that would help with the blacklight aesthetic of him, those new colors, going back to the last point. But yes, I would definitely love to see some more blacklight reactive stuff to him, because that's his whole character. That's basically his, my personal opinion, that's his biggest appeal of him, that he's supposed to be this crazy blacklight reactive character. And Spirit honestly doesn't do enough with blacklight stuff, and Wacky Mole is one of the best examples of stuff that could be awesome. But I think overall, for his original blacklight stuff, it's pretty good, but I do think they could benefit so much more by adding a little bit more to him that's blacklight reactive. So let's continue on. Now, this next change is probably the biggest change I would definitely want to see done other than the animation stuff, but I definitely think Wacky Mole should get a whole new face mold. Obviously, they're going to have to do this if they want to add the moving mouth, since they're going to need a latex head instead of having a plastic head, but I definitely think they should rework the entire look of him. Now, I'm not saying go too far off from his original design, definitely keep the same spirit in there, but I definitely would want some stuff changed. For example, his huge mouth. I think it is way too big. It ends up making this prop look a little bit weird in some photos. For example, this one, I just think it's too big. Like how it stretches up to the side, just like stretched out, like it makes his whole face look stretched out. And his eyes are like kind of like fish eyes on either side of his head. His head's a little bit too rounded in the front. I definitely think a whole new face mold. I definitely want to see the original, like, still be in there. Like, definitely look at him and say, oh, yeah, that's Wacky Mole. But I definitely would want to see a reworking. Definitely a smaller mouth. Maybe his head shape could be improved, too. I just think it looks a little bit weird. You could definitely see how it's like a big hump on top of his head. Even though it's supposed to be his head, it just is, like, stretched out by his huge mouth. I know a lot of people love the gigantic mouth, and that's definitely one of my... whenever I think of Wacky Mole, I think of his giant mouth. But I think just shrinking it down a little bit and making it look a little bit more natural would be a little bit better for this prop. Otherwise, it kind of looks weird. That's something I really don't like about the original Wacky Mole, just how weird he looks in his face, especially because of that huge mouth. I think they could fix so much just by shrinking it down a little bit, giving him a new face mold, giving him a better look, and yeah, definitely something that could be improved right there. Another big thing I would love to see changed is his height. Right now, his original prop, he's only around, I'm pretty sure, 5.5 feet tall, 5 feet. I'm not really sure. Pretty sure he's pretty short, though. Or I know for a fact he's pretty short. So if he ever does return, I would love to see him be taller. I'm pretty sure that's what they did for Uncle Charlie last year in Halloween 2020 season. When they brought him back, I'm pretty sure they did make him a little bit taller. I would love to see the same for Wacky Mole. Now, I'm not saying they should make him a towering prop, but I think they should make him at least 6.5 feet tall. I think he'd be way more menacing, way more creepy that way, and just overall a cooler prop. Now, back then, most props were pretty short like this, so I think now with the technology and budget Spirit has to make these props, I definitely think they should add to his height a lot, and I think it would overall come out with a way better outcome. Now, for the final thing, probably one of the biggest ones in my opinion that will just add so much to this prop if they actually bring it back and they actually do this is add so much gore to him. They could make this prop so bloody, so awesome, just like so horrific looking, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people would end up buying it then. They could cover his hammer in blood, they could cover all of his clothes in blood, they could even splatter some blood on his face. Just absolutely bring everyone's expectations of Spirit since it seems like they're just making kid-friendly props now, no blood on anything. But this would definitely just shoot them over the moon and bring them back to how they used to be. I absolutely love bloody, disgusting, and gory props, so I think this would be awesome if they have a bunch of blood all over him. I think that'd be awesome. Like just head to toe, not really like, not all of his clothes, obviously. There needs to be some Blacklight reactive stuff, but just add so much more blood to him. I think that'd be awesome. I think a lot of people would absolutely love that, and just overall make this clown go from extremely goofy to extremely scary in an instant. And I think they could definitely benefit from that so much. So please, Spirit, if you ever bring it back, add gore. So that's pretty much going to be it. So let's wrap up the video. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this new series. I definitely think this one has a lot of potential to go a long way on my channel. As I said, I don't know if this series is going to be that like long lasting on my channel. I don't know how many episodes I'm going to pump out of this, but definitely in the next coming weeks, there's going to be a few more episodes. I'm not going to spoil the props I'm doing yet, but I'm pretty sure they're some of the most highly requested to come back. So I will be going over those props and taking a look at what I would change in those videos coming up in the next weeks, just like this one. So everyone, thank you so much for watching, and as always, this is Pixelated Pumpkin, signing out. Thanks for watching.